What's up, y'all? My name is Ron,
I'm Cher.
and you are listening to Crimekasting EP.1. I guess before we start in today's crime, give y'all a little backstory on us. We're married,
Yep.
and we are doing Crimekasting because all we do is watch crime shows. I mean, First 48, Forensic Files, cold cases, unsolved mysteries, all kinds of crimes. And that's what our podcast is about. We're going to be talking about all kinds of crimes, old and new,
Yep.
and giving our input on them and shedding light to some cases. And yeah, just giving our opinions and views on some of the stuff.
Yeah, some that you may heard of already or some that just got swept under the rug.
Right.
You know?
Right. So, and if y'all know any good crime stories, preferably true stories,
Right.
make sure y'all send them to us. Crimekasting. That's crime, CRIME, casting, KASTING @gmail.com. Send us any case y'all want us to review, talk about,
Give our opinion on.
yeah, and make sure you guys give y'all opinions on the crimes that we talk about as well. So, in today's crime, we're going to be talking about Byron Smith and what are their names?
It is the murders of Haile Kifer and Nicholas Brady.
Yeah. So, I guess just tell them a little bit about the case before we just indulge in it all the way.
Okay, so Byron David Smith is a 64-year-old man who murdered Haile Kifer and Nicholas Brady on Thanksgiving Day in 2012. And this took place in Little Falls, Minnesota.
Now, Nick and Haley?
Yep.
They were actually cousins.
Yep, they were 18 and 17.
Yeah, so they, from my understanding, they broke into his house a few times, right?
Well, they were casing it. So what was going on in the neighborhood was, I guess, little crimes were going on. Mm-hmm. And he suspected them to have done these little petty crimes around the neighborhood. Well, he set up surveillance for his home. He caught them casing his place while he was at a neighbor's one day. And
But didn't they actually because whoever broke in his house stole his guns before and some other things, I think some cash and stuff, but didn't they actually went back another time? Like,
I think so, but I think they were just casing it at one point. I know that there was like handprints on the outside of his windows that he kept noticing. So I know that they were casing the place a few times. I'm not exactly sure if they actually broke in.
I want to say that they actually broke in, and that's why they felt comfortable going back to get whatever they thought they was going to get.
Right.
So yeah, matter of fact.
Well, I know that they were like doing drugs and stuff, I think. And that's why they were breaking in, and I know I had read something about that.
Yeah, so the way that the story goes is, Byron Smith, the 64-year-old man, he, was suspecting that whoever broke in his house previously was going to come back. And that's why he set up the surveillance. And that's why when the actual murders took place, he was the one who did it. And he was there when they was inside of his house. He was hiding in the basement, right?
Yep, he was in he was like in a little nook, because it took place in the basement.
Uh-huh.
And he was like hidden off of the stairs. So when they were going downstairs, they didn't see him.
Right.
And his car was parked at a neighbor's house.
Right.
So what happened was they were casing the place. He was at a neighbor's house. He told his neighbor, I guess he saw the surveillance on his phone or whatever he had. I don't know. And he told them, because he saw Haley drive by and he suspected it was them.
Right.
And so he told the neighbor, like, I'm going to go get ready for them. And that's when he decided to set up his little nook in the basement and decided to wait for them and record everything.
Yeah, he audio recorded.
Yeah, there's video surveillance and there's audio.
Right. So, and so just to kind of fast forward, he's in the basement. Byron Smith, he's in his basement. He's waiting. He's armed. He's suspecting that these, teens are going to come back and break into his house. So he's waiting.
Yep.
Nick and Haile, they break into the house.
No, Nick breaks into the house. Haley's still outside in the car.
Oh, okay.
So, because they suspect he's not there because his car is not there.
Right.
So
Nick goes in
Nick
first.
goes into the house. He is casing the place, seeing what he can get, decides to go to the basement. Well, when he enters the basement, starts going down the stairs, that's when Byron shoots him.
Right.
He falls down the stairs and he shoots him again.
Right.
He puts his body in a tarp and drags it into another room.
Now, wait. I could have sworn when the first shot went off or whatever, because there's an audio of Nick like saying "ow" or something like when he gets shot.
That I'm not sure about him.
Yeah, there's the audio, and if I'm not mistaken, that's when Haley's is at the top of the stairs and she hear him.
No, she didn't hear him.
She didn't hear him?
Nope.
I thought he called out for, or she called out for him.
No, that's after he didn't come back. So at one point, so like Byron removed all the bulbs in the ceiling fan or ceiling lights and everything, so they couldn't see anything. So when Brady, which is Nick, started going down the stairs, that is when he shot Brady twice. He shot him once in the head after he fell down the stairs. Wow. And then Smith, which is Byron, started taunting him and making remarks to his body, wrapped him in a tarp and dragged him into another room.
So when did Haile come into this picture?
About 15 minutes later. So at this point, after he drags Nick into another room, he's dead already. Drags him into another room. Byron goes back upstairs. And he's up there for about 10-15 minutes. And then at this point, Haley's like, what the hell? Like, where's Nick at? And she decides to go in. So then he starts hearing Haile call out for Nick. And he runs back downstairs, reloads, and waits for her. Oh. So at this point, she's looking all over the house and decides to go to the basement. Well, when she goes to the basement, he shoots her. And she fell down the stairs, and he shot her multiple times in the torso.
Well, before you go to that, like I remember hearing that audio, and she was begging.
Yeah, she
was begging, like, don't shoot me, no, or something she was saying. He shot her. She falls down the stairs, and she's like, oh my God. Like, she keeps repeating, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, because she's like scared. And he shoots her again multiple times in the torso, and she's screaming, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And then he decides to shoot her again in the left eye. And he repeatedly keeps calling her names. Like, I think at one point he called her a bitch and dirty and all this other stuff. And then, so he drags her into the other room, on the tarp that he had laid out for her. And drags her in the other room, throws her on top of her cousin, and shoots her again in the chin. And that is, I guess, like, finally what killed her. But at the whole time, she's like begging and pleading with him, and he's like, nope, and just shoots her. Now, I remember he was making little remarks too. He was like, yeah, I finally got you.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, he was. Hold on. I got some audio right here.
I felt like I was cleaning up a mess. Not like spilled food. Not like vomit. Not even like diarrhea. It's the worst mess possible.
Now, real quick, that was actually Byron's voice or whatever, yeah. And he was just recording and saying little. This is after he killed them.
Yeah,
because he stayed down there with them.
He got in trouble because this was on Thanksgiving Day that this took place,
right?
And he didn't report the bodies till the next day or the day after.
I think it was like the day after,
maybe like the day after, but it was like either the day after or like a day and a half after.
Right.
And that's what he got in trouble for because, and then he got in trouble because it was premeditated.
And now this is where the confrontation come in. This is where not confrontation. This is where the debate.
Yeah.
Some people say that he was wrong, and some people was actually supportive of him in his community because I guess like he was like known and like, kind of not I guess respected, but respected. A lot of people say that, and this is what people say.
Mm-hmm.
People say they got what they deserve.
Yeah.
That's what Byron said on the audio too.
Of course he thought that.
Some people say that they got what they deserve because they shouldn't have been breaking in this man's house, and they feel that Byron said he was in fear of his life because someone broke in his house previously and stole his guns. So he was thinking that these people will come back with his own gun and kill him. So some people say that they got what they deserve. He was in his home, mm-hmm. and he was defending his home. Now, others argue that, well, this is premeditated. He planned this. He orchestrated this. And not only he killed them, but the fact that the way he killed them and standing over them and shooting
making
them,
the remarks he was making.
And then not even calling until a day or two later, that's the what's the controversy around it. So what do you think?
Personally, I think that it was wrong for what he did,
mm-hmm.
because like I said, he was at a neighbor's house and he told the neighbor, I'm going to go set up for them. Mm-hmm. So he knew what he was going to do.
Right.
And not once, he didn't shoot them once and was done. He didn't even try to call the cops. He deliberately murdered them. I'm not saying what they did was right and stuff like that, because if someone were to break into our house, God forbid, you know what I mean?
Right.
But I wouldn't sit and wait for someone to break in to shoot them, because then that's a different story. So I think what he did was wrong, and he got what he deserved. He got 2 consecutive life sentences.
That means if he died, he got to come back and do the other.
Right. I know, I don't understand that, but whatever. But he got 2 consecutive life sentences and something else, like some more at time added. But I feel like he got what he deserved. I don't think that they deserved to die the way that they died. That was completely uncalled for.
I feel like,
and then the slurs he was calling them and what he was saying was just, he was not in the right state of mind. And I'm not saying he was crazy, because then they're going to be like, well, he was crazy, so that's what. No, like, just the things he was saying was not right.
I feel like that. Okay, the way that they died, that was totally uncalled for.
Yeah.
If he was at home and he was awakened by somebody in his house and he look up and see a shadow in the hallway or something and he shoot, okay, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But once he shot and he seen that this kid was begging for his life and he wasn't no threat, you should have picked up the phone, kept your gun pointed at him, mm-hmm. and picked up the phone, called 911 and say, hey, someone just broke in my house. I'm armed. Can you send someone out here? I caught one of the intruders. But what made it worse is not only did he shoot him, he wrapped him in a tarp and drug him, and then waited and never called the police after and like you said, it was 15 minutes before Haile even, so he had time to call the police.
And they would have gotten there within that time.
They would have got there with, so then he waits for her to come in.
Yeah.
And then when because if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure he shoots her one time.
He shoots her when she's coming down the stairs.
He shoots her once, and and there's audio. We're not going to play all the audio, but there's audio of her like, no, or whatever, or like, please don't, or whatever. Like, so she's begging. So at that point, he still could have spared her.
Yeah, because at one point he even told the cops, in his own words, that she begged for her life.
And so for him to do that, now it's diabolical. Now it's like, and the fact of not reporting it, that's where it's diabolical. It wasn't necessarily at that point a self-defense, home invasion, No, this is now, it's like an orchestrated. And then I'm still wondering, in his mind, what did he think waiting so long to call the police was going to do? Like, was he planning to do something else with the bodies, or like?
I don't think that he was planning on doing something else with the bodies. I know there's a couple things on here of like the investigation. Mm-hmm. Let me see.
It's just sad that
right here he states, it says Smith said that Kifer had let out a short laugh after she fell down the stairs, saying, "If you're trying to shoot somebody and they laugh at you, you do it again."
And that's what I'm saying. Like,
and the audio tape did not record Kifer laughing. Instead, she cries, "Oh my God," very rapidly in fear.
I'm gonna play this little piece of audio right quick and just let y'all listen to some more of the audio.
You're dead.
Now
that was right after he shot Nick. You
could hear him.
Yeah, and he said, "You're dead." Like,
and he was like, "Oh," and yeah, and he killed them execution style.
Now I'm gonna play a little more. This is right after Nick is shot, and you hear him say, "You're dead." Now, after he shoots Nick, I'm just giving you like a little narration. This is actual audio.
I think that's him dragging the tarp into the other room.
Okay, that's when he shot Haile. First thing she said, "Oh my God."
You're dying. Bitch.
So that's after he killed her. Say, "You bitch." So the what makes this super disturbing is after he killed her and killed Nick and they're dead, he's just down there talking to himself.
Well, he's talking to the bodies and stuff, and he's like making, like it was saying, like he was making derogatory remarks towards her. And the fact that after he drug her body into the other room and threw her onto her cousin, he shot her again in the chin. Wow. So not only did he shoot her coming down the stairs, he shot her multiple times in the torso after she fell. He shot her in the eye. And then after he drug her into the other room, he shot her in her chin.
Here we go. Here goes some more audio.
Like spilled food. Not like vomit. Not even like diarrhea.
So that's after the killing.
He's saying that cleaning that mess up is worse than that.
That's crazy.
Like, for you to think that was okay?
That's crazy. But you know what? I remember during the trial, I don't know who it was, somebody stood up for him, like one of the neighbors or whatever, and they just was pretty much saying, like, hey, regardless of him recording this and regardless of him, he did the right thing. It's so many people
I don't think
saying,
so.
No, I'm just saying.
No, I know.
Many,
I'm just saying.
So many people say that he did the right thing for, one, defending his home, and then because he said, I didn't know. This is where he lied at, though. He didn't know they were kids.
You could tell they're kids.
Not only that, because he watched them surveillance,
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean,
I know that they were doing burglaries around their little, I'm guessing Little Falls is a small town in Minnesota.
yes.
I'm not familiar with it.
So both of them was doing burglaries prior to this house.
And they were doing drugs, and I mean, they were young and stupid, obviously. Because after they got killed, they went through Haley's car, and Haley had some stuff in her car from previous burglaries and little stuff they did. So, but yeah, so I personally feel like he got what he deserved. I mean, I don't know. I feel like he should have been shot for what he did. Like, by no means, by any means, what they did was okay. It was not okay. But for what he did, I think he shouldn't. I don't know. I feel like you should get the crime. Like, when you commit a crime, I think you should get that back. But then again, it's like, it's too easy that way sometimes.
Now, this is what Byron told the police. The reason he didn't inform them immediately after the incident happened is because he did not, this is quote, because he did not want to bother them on Thanksgiving Day. So,
Thanks.
Yeah, it's such a gentleman. He's such a gentleman.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So, that's what I guess took. So it was just one day after or whatever.
I mean, that's still like, and then, like I said, it was premeditated. He set up tarps for them.
Like
he laid out tarps because he knew he was going to murder them. You know what I mean? He did not fear for his life at that point.
But I don't
like.
Now, this is one thing I say. I don't necessarily think he knew exactly how many people was finna rob him. I don't think he knew exactly who, but he just knew someone. But he saw them before, I think.
Well, he saw Haley drive by his house right before it happened. And that's when he told the neighbor he was going to get rid of the problem, I think he said.
Wow. Yeah, I see.
Right here. Smith has been visiting a neighbor when Kifer, whom had been responsible for the burglaries, driving past his house. He commented that he needed to get ready for her, and went back home. So he was a
retired teacher.
I thought he served. I'm not sure.
I think he was a retired.
That's even worse.
Hold on. Let's say reports state that Brady.
No. Brady is the
Brady's sister claimed the 17-year-old stole drugs from her home on August 28th. It said other evidence found in her car was connected to a burglary of a retired teacher's home. Oh,
yeah. In Haley's car, they had stole from like a teacher. They had stole from a few other people. So after they had passed, they went through Haley's car and they were like, oh, these are the people that were burglarizing, you know. But yeah, they were doing drugs. I'm not sure what kind of drugs.
And then, I forgot who it was or what it was. It was somebody was saying like, it's good that they're off the streets because they obviously was doing a string of burglaries. They was on drugs. So,
I feel like that could have went a whole different way though.
I think jail time and, not to sound like, but like jail time, rehabilitation, or just jail time would have scared them.
Right. They were 17 and 18.
Yeah,
like what they needed was help, not to be shot dead like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? We need your guys' opinion, or if you have any other information on this case, or know anything about this case, let us know, because we might not know everything that exactly happened.
And if you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or wherever you're listening to this, there should be a poll, and we want you guys to do the poll. Let us know. Is he guilty or
Did he do the right thing or not?
Yeah, did he do the right thing or not? I mean, should he have forgotten the time that he got, or shouldn't he?
Yeah, he got, I think, 2 consecutive life sentences, it said.
Right.
I think.
So, I don't know. Y'all let us know what y'all think. So, I don't know, but rest in peace to the victims.
Yes, their families.
Their families, condolences. I think that, even though what they was doing was wrong, I just don't think they deserve to go like that.
It could have went a different way. They were young. They could have learned. They could have gotten help. And, they could have potentially had their own families. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's sad how they went.
Right. Tragic incident.
Yeah.
So y'all leave a comment or something. Let us know. Email us. The email is crimekasting. That's crime and then casting, KASTING @gmail.com. Leave y'all comments, suggestions, and let us know what else you guys want us to talk about. What other cases? Yeah.
Yeah, we have lots of opinions and we want to share them with you guys.
Yeah, make sure you guys continue to follow us, and we will be very consistent with these episodes. This was episode 1, and we look forward to hearing. No, we wish you. If you're not watching us, so
you're listening.
We hope to get your ears for the next episode.
Yes.
Yes.
Make sure y'all stay tuned.
All right.